Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 13th day of Mindfulness, the Journey to Greatness. Good evening, sir. Without further ado, let's invite sir to begin today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Anuvad, and thank you, Darshaks, my dear students listening out there for me, with me, learning with me. I hope you're not bored. Today is the 13th day, and I'll ask you to kind of calm down, try to make a quick check on your body, in your heart, and on your head. So what you need to arise, calmness in your body, composure in your body, love in your heart, and calmness in your mind, okay? Just travel through your body and create that for us. Okay, friends, welcome back to day 13th. Today is 22nd of August 2020. This is a journey that we have been taking, and we are continuing our journey with much love and gratitude. We just have another 7 days to go, 8 days to go rather. And maybe before we end, we will also try to have some discussions, some sharings. Okay, with this, let us take the journey today. All right, so I believe very strongly that to create a habit, we need to repeat again and again and again and again. And this repetition through resolve, through self-affirmation, through mission statements, when you keep on doing, we create this learning to our subconscious mind. As Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about, he's a genetic scientist. The term epigenetic was his term. So, so he says that everything gets recorded in the subconscious. And what happens after that is basically your perception changes, everything changes, your outlook changes without realizing, because it's not the mind, not the real mind that works. It's a subconscious mind that lets us work. And for that, we need to repeat again and again to get that thing really rest in our subconscious mind. And that's why I have, from day one, I'm constantly repeating this to you, to when you wake up, what are the things that you need to do? Okay. The first important thing, as I said, is to feel fully grateful to the universe, to say thank you that I have 24 hours that you've granted me in front. I'll try to live this day with my vision, my mission, my resolve. Then you thank your parents who have given you birth, taken care. It's not their responsibility, but once they gave you birth, gave us birth, it became their responsibility. But then we also need to love, give them back their due respect and love. So say thank you to them. Make your friends also grateful. You should be grateful for your friends and others who would have brought some kind of change in your life, who have nourished your life in some way or other, played a role in your life. Okay? Then you need to, you have pulled on the bedpost or on the wall of the bed, and you are reflecting now, okay, all this. Then you need to reflect yesterday. What did you do yesterday? And what is that you're going to do today? And if that yesterday came back today, what would you change doing better today? Okay. In the same way, you also need to take the resolve. Resolve for today, what would that be? It could be very simple. Today, I will nourish my mind with abundance. I'll see abundance in everything. Or it could be that today, I will live with happiness. It could be anything really. So resolve for the day would be that you would try to change your mind. Maybe you would say that I become a very deep listener today. Okay. Take a resolve. And after that, of course, you should sit down and meditate for 6 minutes, minimum 6 minutes. Just pull up yourself to the bedpost, and then just keep listening to your breathing in and breathing out. All you have to do is focus your breath, focus your mind to the breath. So breath becomes your object. That's it, nothing more. If your mind flies away, remind your mind to come back and float yourself with the breath. Just keep on breathing in and out and following your breath in and out, so that you're connected, your body and your breath and your mind is connected. Okay. Then, of course, you on the bed, you slide down, lift up your neck a little bit, and then put your hands straight, parallel to your legs, and then you do a cyclic kick. Go for as many times as you can, after you stretch your body. Okay. Then you're ready, you're fully awake to get up. You also can rub your hands, palms, bring heat in them. That also will wake you up. And then you can also warm your eyes. So many things that you can do just being on the bed itself. Now, when you go first to the bathroom, make sure that you have your self-affirmations in the toilet mirror, because that's probably somewhere you often go. And then you rehearse your self-affirmation. Have them in places that you want. Self-affirmations are different from mission, like I told you yesterday. Resolve is something very small, can be very big. Self-affirmation is changing your own inner self to be who you want to be. Mission statements are more out-oriented, a goal where you want to reach and bring yourself there. Okay? Self-resolves are smaller. That is where you pay your attention to change that particular thing. Now, if you are an angry person, so your resolves will be that from today on, I will not be angry. But that's an emotion that you're changing. Self-affirmation doesn't work that way. Self-affirmation is much larger, much broader. That you bring a transformation, and that happens by retuning yourself, only trying to build in willingness, build yourself in acceptance, build yourself in reasoning, build yourself in love, build yourself in joy, build yourself for peace. So you go higher and higher up in your life. Okay. After this, of course, you need to do sweating, 30 minutes of exercise. Then you take bath. While you take bath, it has to be mindful, feel the flow of the water, be grateful to the force of life, which is the water, and feel it's moving in your body, and pray. As you move your hands in your body, feel the water, feel your body, and ask the water to nourish you, every cell of your body, at least in the skin. Okay? Then probably you want a cup of tea, or you might just sit for a prayer with your family or meditate with your family, and then maybe you have a cup of tea, or you might eat your breakfast and have a cup of tea with the breakfast, whatever it is. But for whether you eat your breakfast or you have a cup of tea, please do it with mindful meditation. Like for tea, you just look at it, and if it is very hot, like I told you yesterday, if it is boiling just out from there, it probably would be at 90 degrees plus. And when you just put your face straight to it, the vapors that will come up can, if there is any chance of virus over it coming around you, it will be melted. Okay, anything that's above 77 is going degrees Celsius is going to melt that virus. So, it has multiple effects. And then you see the cloud in it because the water comes from the rain. You see the tea garden, you see the gardeners, you see the sugar factory, the sugar mill and all that. But avoid eating sugar. Sugar is very bad for health. Okay, don't go for it. Always try to prepare tulsi and peppermint tea, best. And of course, sweeteners, you can always have, from something else. Jaggery would be wonderful. Okay, that is not sugar. Okay, there's a lot of products are available today that are not sugar but yet make it sweet. Honey, for example, if it's a pure honey from bees, it's going to be good too. Okay, so try to go for this tea. Of course, green tea is good. Don't try to take too much milk tea. Milk tea twice a day. Small cups are okay. And mindful breakfast eating is you go from the farm all the way, nourishing your mind and thanking the earth, the universe for the sun, the rain, the wind, the moon, the shade, and all that. Be grateful to all of them that they have nourished this food that has been grown on the ground, and it comes all the way to a kitchen. Somebody cooks. Thank them too, and say that my unskilled mind, I'll try to make it very skilled, nourish it with right kind of food that I'm eating, my whole body systems. I'll have love and understanding in what I do and what I eat. Okay? With that thought, you would have chewed 27 times. It's time now for you to prepare another morsel. So when you take a morsel full, keep your hands resting. Don't again start preparing. Okay, that's very important. Then you start your normal 8 hours day. Of course, now you are on holidays, so you must be helping your parents, doing different things. Try also spend time on reading, listening to music, and sit down and do your body scan from toe to head, head to toe, or start from arm to arm, head to toe, whichever way you want to start. If the mind flows away, bring back the mind, again begin nourishing your body. So what you do, like I told you yesterday, is think about part and think about its attributes. Then thank it for the attributes, for the possibilities that it has provided you, and then say that I'm grateful. Then go to the next part and say, please relax. Go to the next part, do the same. Attribute, thank you, relax. Continue that. It's a little different from the night. The night you are saying, after attributing every part, you're saying, my eyes are getting deeper and I'm falling asleep. That's what you add when you go to bed. But during the day, when you do this body scan, you don't put that my eyes are heavy and I'm falling asleep. Okay. So when you connect like this, what happens is you grow your concentration, your focus, you cure yourself. Even if there is sickness somewhere in a part of body, you know what the sickness is. You can reflect with your mind and say, oh, it's getting all right. It's getting all right. I'm getting cured. I know I'll be cured in so many days, in 10 days, in 2 days, in a day. So it's very powerful. You can get cured. Okay. Then try to always, this is something that I have written it down because I want you to always practice loving speech and deep listening. This is the jur of all our unhappiness. Okay, please follow this. And then you have, it's dinner time. So have your dinner, then do again a mindful eating, and then your meditation, 12 minutes minimum with your family. Then do your sharing out of the heart, whatever arises in your heart, just speak about it, and then have a noble silence until the breakfast tomorrow morning. So if you practice this every day, if you repeat it, even if in your mind, if you repeat the whole sequence every day, slowly you're going to follow that. And that subconscious will always help you arise, and you can create a neuro pathway in your mind that will help you practice these things every day, my friends. Because habits is created from repeating again and again and again and again. Same thing with negative emotions. If you continue to repeat them again and again and again, then you have a negative perception, negativity in you. So try to repeat anything you repeat in your mind, positive, positive. Always say, I am great. I am unique. God has given me this space to do something greater in my life, and I know I'm going to do it. Okay? So these are the kind of mantras that you need to build on yourself and rehearse. So going to our intention of the day, why do you create intention? When you create an intention on something, you pay attention to it. That's the whole thing. When you pay attention to it, when you keep repeating, you create a neural path in your mind because it starts to reside in your subconscious. Okay, so today and every day, I'll nurture my potentials, and shift from effectiveness to greatness. Okay, there's a spelling error. All right, so let's continue and see what it is, and then we'll get into our meditation. All right, this might be a little long. Forgive me, let me clear my throat. Okay. We get stress, and there are generally three major categories or three types, you can also call, of stress. And one is called the acute, one is episodic, and other one is acute. Okay, chronic, acute, and episodic. There are three kinds of, give you a quick example. If you're walking by the street and suddenly a car, crossing a street and suddenly a car zooms by you, almost hitting you, what will happen? Immediately you say, oh God, I'm safe. That can be, that becomes very acute. Okay? And this can become chronic over time. That is a possibility. If you cannot let it go, it can become very chronic. It'll come as a nightmare to you, bother you all the time. Every time you see a car, you start to feel that. So it starts to become chronic. Otherwise, acute, it's sudden but passes away. Okay? Episodic is something that keeps on repeating in your life because of your own habits. So let's try to delve. And then what I've done, this is not the complete stress categories. I've just divided them into three parts. Why do you get stress? Because, and remember, stress actually develops cortisols, which are negative, which are bad chemicals, unhappy chemicals. And because of these unhappy chemicals, your energy only flows in your arms and legs, and the whole body becomes kind of numbed. Okay, why? Because then you are in a move for fight or flight. Either you need to fight with that or you need to run away from there. Because of those two things, when this negative, when the cortisol is developed because of stress, then what happens is that the energy, entire energy, is in your hands and legs and nowhere else. So stress is a bad thing. And when a certain amount of stress is good, because it still keeps you very active to do work, but when it is very high, then everything stops and you become unwell. If you don't even take fight and flight, you become unwell. Okay, so self with self, when we have divided self with our own self, then we get into stress. The second divide is self with environment or self with others. And the third could be self with environment. So three divides: self with others, self with environment. These are the three divides. And I've tried to put under these three heads, I've tried to put the categories. Okay, they are here. Let's take a look. So when we live in the past, past means with our memories, that's already dead and gone. Good memories, we need to reflect again and again because they're going to help us. But bad memories, we should let it go because they are going to not bother us. If they help you learn something new, okay. So, but don't think about the future. Try to live now and here in the present moment, which is the mindfulness journey. Often this question comes to me that if I, how can I not live in the future because my goals are in the future? See, you have to have goals in life. Without goals, you're nowhere. You have to have desires in life. Without them, you also don't have hope. But then living in the future with that hope and desire, how does it help you today? It doesn't help you in any way. But today, if you use it for that desire and for your goal, then you one day when that time comes, you'll be there. So therefore, we have to learn to live in the present moment. If you live in the past, you will be either living in the episodic mood or in the acute mood. Some of these are examples, like you could get into very acute because of when you remember an incident that happened in the past, it could be mental, physical, it could be among friends, families, it'll only bother you. It'll bring as a stress, that momentary stress. Even in that momentary stress, you produce cortisols, the bad chemical, the stress chemical. And sometimes it becomes episodic because that past always keeps on repeating and coming and bothering you. So what do you need to do? You need to let it go and learn to live in the present moment. Living in the present moment is the mindful moment. Okay? So we call it, don't live in the forgetful times. Why? Don't be forgetful, we say in our practices. Forgetful means living in the past or the future. But mindful means living now and here, in the present moment. When you learn to live in the present moment, your mind is free from all the negative things. And your mind will be so open, so big, that a lot of good things will start to come. And your creativity will naturally expand. Okay? Then we are discontent, and this is a chronic one. Why are we discontent? Because we live with greed. Why we are discontent? Because we are jealous. Why are we discontent? Because we live with excessive desires. Desires are good, but not excessive desires. We live with pride, ego and pride, and anger. So these actually are discontentments, and this is dividing yourself with your own self. So living in the present moment, the first one talks about living in the present moment, meaning that every process that you take in the journey of your life, actually you're living in the present moment. Okay? So which means you're not giving thought to anything but you and here and now. And this makes us, free from discontentment. But when we are not connected with ourselves, then our discontentment begins again. So mindfulness is a very powerful practice. And you have to repeat every day what you want to do. And you have to repeat and do it. Repeat and do it until it becomes a habit. Then it will not leave you that easily. Self-image is another thing. Often we have this problem of self-image. How do I look today? How do I throw myself up? How do I throw myself up, meaning how do I be among others, So stupid example it may sound, but if there is a gala party and you're asked to come for that party, Kshiti's program, for example, in IIT Kharagpur, also the Spring Feast, you'll see that students gear up themselves wearing the best possible dresses and they look wonderful. They may be confirming with one another, do I look well today? Do I look good in my fittings? Now, if you feel that you're not looking good, you're stressing yourself because there is a stress coming up to you. So that is self-image, okay? So that happens only when we are self-divided. So when we believe in ourselves, when we are ourselves, then we have no problem about our self-image because we know who I am, what I am, all right? Then the next one is divide with the environment. How does that happen? When we don't know what to eat, we eat wrong food. Wrong food meaning meat, dairy products are totally wrong for our system. The protein that they give has problems. Although our body requires proteins, but they have problems. In even bigger amount and better proteins that fit for us comes actually from plants rather than animals. Okay. So our bad habits can be very chronic because when you are diabetic, cancerous because of our food habits, we begin to suffer. When you are obese, we begin to suffer. So no KFCs, no McDonald's, forget about them. They are disease. No Coke, no Pepsi, no Thumbs Up. These are sweetened drinks that is killing us. When I was in Mexico the third time, somebody told me that 30% of all the young Mexicans in the Mexico City are diabetic because they eat junk food, McDonald's and cola, Pepsi Cola. So see, this, once you're sick, it's very hard to get over your problems. Then the only thing is you bombard with chemicals to live longer in your life. So this is a stress that is divided with the environment because we don't know our environment, we're not nourishing properly ourselves, okay? Then the financial worries are chronic too. Imagine in this pandemic, what has finance to do now? Why are we worrying? If tomorrow the whole world vanishes, what is good about finance? We do require, I'm not saying we don't require, we do require, but how much is enough? What is enough? I think we must learn to be satisfied, be content with whatever we are making. All the time when over hundreds, thousands of studies that has been conducted for the people who are passing away in their last deathbed, they are asked, what would you wish to happen if you had some time more in your life? And they always come back with the same thing. They say, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I had given more time to myself. I wish I had more time for my family. I wish I would have enjoyed my life more. See, same things. They come again and again back to us. So we need to work, of course, but not kill ourselves to the greed of money and excessive desires, right and evil. Okay? We should be ourselves. Divide self with self, others. We are also divided totally with others because we don't know ourselves. When we know ourselves, on the first day, second day lesson, we talked about, I gave you a metaphor of rainwater, about our life. I gave a metaphor about, not metaphor, a real talk on the genes, on the diploids, how they become, half-lives, how they become diploids, and how we take birth and all that. And that all the 5 elements of the planet Earth is with us, all right? Is very much with us. So if it is with me, with you, with everybody, what makes our form different? And this is where the society goes wrong. because we have named our own rules, regulations. We say this is not done, that is not done. You can't intermarry in your caste. You know, you can't go and eat in an untouchable house and things like that. But in reality, we are the same. We are not different from one another. And why this difference? So this can be very chronic and episodic too, depending on what is the environment we live. But if you are bold enough to find your voice and help others find their voices, then I promise you, you can get over this. And to give you a simple example, I have few friends who are not married. One of them is indoor, and she just refused. She didn't want to get married, despite the fact that parents felt very bad because the people, society started to talk, oh, कुछ गलत होगा आपके लड़की में या कुछ क्या बोलते हैं उसको some नुक्स होगा इसीलिए कोई शादी नहीं कर रहा है कुछ ऐसा बोलेंगे लोग. So this is society. If you connect with society, we will suffer more. You need to build on what is right that the society gives, take it. But what is not right, analyzed, assessed, evaluated, what is not right, don't take it. The 3 C's, we begin to compete because we think in competition is what can bring us above. It's untrue. It's not true. You're not competing. You're building up your own self. It is not because someone is doing better that you want to do better than that. That is competition, and that is not a good idea. Rather have great people as your icons, as your inspirational people. You don't compete with them. Follow them. You don't have to compete with anybody. Everything will arise to you naturally. Okay? So if you compete, then you begin to compare. You don't know what kind of life this guy lives. Outward, he's struggling, but inwardly, what is he doing? Don't compare. Like I had, my friends from my country studying in Punjab University in Chandigarh back in late 70s, very early 80s, 81 in fact, until 81, 82, until 82. And you know what? During day they would come around and disturb everybody. But in the night, whole night, they're studying, struggling. Look at this. So if I compare with their life, they're chatting around, they're doing better. How can I change? How can I be better? So you don't know how they do, what they do. Never try to compare yourself with anybody because comparison then leads to complaining. And then we start to live in 3 C's, which is not a healthy way. You're not working now, but working people often complain, 9 to 5 job, boring, I have to struggle so hard. But the reality is 1/3 of our life we are working only. If we don't marry with our work, if we don't accept that, we will always suffer. It becomes a chronic thing for us. Of course, a relationship is another one. When it breaks, it is episodic. It just happens once, twice, and it's over. In some cases, people can't get it over and it becomes very chronic. They suffer. Like there was a question here. Somebody asked, how do I get back on my feet after breaking my relationship with my girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever? This becomes chronic. But you need to let it go because life doesn't end there. Life is, always remember, universe has something else for you. If something doesn't work, despite your true nature, despite of your true love, true heart, everything true, then don't worry, let it go, because universe has something else for you. Okay. Then, of course, personal loss, it becomes very chronic. Like my brother, we lost our mother who lived 105 years old last year, 14th of September. And my brother is 79 years old. The moment we talk about our mother, he begins to bitter cry. He cannot let it go. Whenever he talks to me, he begins to cry. So that's chronic. All right, friends, there is a very oriental Japanese practice that's been done in Japan, ancient practice. They say, if you have different emotions, you can use your fingers, okay? Because the tip of the fingers, the connection, it goes to the brain. So if you are in a worry, hold this thumb for 2 minutes and think nothing and just take your breath in and out, thumb. When you say thumb, this part, make sure that this part is squeezed too. So maybe put your little finger here and then round it up, so that you have really pressed your thumb well, okay? 2 minutes, the worry will go. This is worry. The index finger is fear. When you have fear coming up, hold this for 2 minutes. Maybe put this here, one of these fingers, and then hold it, across, maybe all of them, so that you touch the tip of your finger. If you are angry, people, when they're angry, they show a certain finger. So that is fear. When you fear, try to hold this. When you're sad, and probably that's why people can't accept why we wear ring finger on this and call it a ring finger. When you're sad, hold this, okay? And that's the reason why we put ring finger here, so that we don't become sad in our marriage, okay? And if you're lonely, feeling alone, hold on this finger. All 2 minutes, okay? If there's one emotion, any one of these 5 emotions. But if you have multiple emotions at the same time, then you, on the center of your palm, you press with your thumb for 2 minutes and just keep breathing in and breathing out. Why multiple in the thumb? Is because the tips of the finger connection go from the center of your palm into your system. So when you press the center part of your thumb, you're pressing almost all the fingers together, okay? So that's our stress and how we could move from where we are as great human beings, as efficient human beings, to becoming greater human beings, okay? All right, so let's do a mindful meditation today, a visualization of guru, of a teacher, okay? As you listen to the bell, sit comfortably with your eyes closed or drooped, whichever you feel comfortable. Your back straight, chin slightly tucked in, without any stress on your neck. Legs grounded if you're sitting on a chair, or knees touching the floor if you're sitting on a high cushion. Tongue touching off your upper palate, lightly, not pushing. Okay. Teeth not biting, lips closed. Shoulders must be completely relaxed during this time. And keep watching your breath, meaning keep the mind with your breath in and out, okay? Feel the energy entering the center of your palms. If you have kept them open upwards on your thigh or inner lap or around your knees. Now let's take 3 deep breaths in and slowly out from the nose. 3, 2, 1, go. Please feel calm and relaxed. And take your awareness to your feet. Feel the ankles. Feel your toes. Wriggle them. Feel your soles, calf muscles, thighs, and now the entire leg, legs, and ask them to soften and thank them for carrying you to the places that you love or you want to go since your childhood. So say thank you and ask the feet to relax. Straighten your lower back and your upper back gently and relax your shoulders completely. Feel the hands on your lap and ask them to soften and relax. And thank them for enabling you to carry, touch, feel, receive, embrace, ride, drive, give, and so on. Gently move your awareness to your neck. Move slowly and gently. Find the right position for it and relax the neck. Move your tongue in your mouth and slide your jaws without opening your mouth left to right very gently. Take your focus to your head and see what the mind is doing. Judging, distracted, pause. Recognize whatever it is doing and realize by asking the mind to be still, clear, calm, and peaceful. Now take your awareness to your heart and see what the heart is doing. Pause, recognize if there are any agitation or negative emotions, feelings that's holding at this point of time. Be aware of them and realize it just by letting it go. And relax, arise love, joy, and peace that have no boundary and expectation, but are pure, humble, inclusive, and profound. Please bring your body, mind, and speech in perfect oneness and imagine your loved ones and send your heart along with your wishes, wishing them acceptance, truth, love, joy, and peace. Say in your thought, may you be awakened from forgetfulness and transcend the path of worry, anxiety, and sorrow, or any unwholesome worries, memories. May you be free from fear and danger. May you be in peace and free from sufferings. May you be in abundance always. May you be loved and cared for. Now turn your mind to yourself and tell yourself to be well, to be happy, to be grounded, and to be present now and here in your true home, which is now and here. Now imagine you sitting in a beautiful atmosphere looking to the western horizon. The sun is setting. There's beautiful colors thrown by the setting sun to the sky. They are in all colors. It's a majestic panorama, so beautiful, so nourishing, and splendid order of the nature, of the universe. There, in that beautiful colors, arises the teacher of your heart, the inspiration of your heart, the person who you think is an icon for you, who you think is an inspiration in your life. That person, he or she, arises in that colorful form, in the form of the clouds, in that particular distant horizon, in a huge form. She or he, let's call her or him oneness, the teacher oneness. Oneness opens its eyes and looks at you with complete love and compassion. There is so much of love that you are mesmerized with that look. You feel awed. You feel like just being swallowed by that moment. So nourishing. And as you're watching, feeling totally calm, composed, grounded, feeling very free, there is a light that emits from the oneness, a yellow light, and directly comes and falls on your forehead. And it burns all the darkness, negativity, and gives so much of light and wisdom. Another light arises from the heart of oneness, which is orange in color, and comes and falls directly in your heart, destroying all the negative emotions of hatred, dislike, anger, jealousy, pride, and nourishes you with total love, compassion, joy, and peace. Another light from the navel of the oneness emits and falls on your navel, which is green in color. And it churns and destroys all the excessive desires and brings nourishment and peace to your whole body system. Now the oneness begins to float towards you in the air from that distant horizon with all the multicolors that was thrown by the setting sun into the horizon. In that color form, the oneness is approaching you from distant. It's coming from the air. It's now about 5 kilometers away. It has substantially reduced in size, still coming towards you. Now it's a kilometer away, still big in size, but reduced substantially. Now it is 5 meters away. It's become a big man or a big woman. And now it's 100 meters away, and you see the oneness in your own size. It is still coming in the air with all the colors that you had been nourished earlier with. It's nearing you. Now it's just about 5 meters away from you, and it has just become the size of your hand. Slowly and gently it appears in front of your forehead in the size of your thumb and turns like you in the same sitting position, climbs over your crown and gently enters through your crown, down, down, and settles the oneness in your heart. Now you completely turn into the light, a bright light that destroys all the ignorance and brings wisdom, peace, happiness to all people around you, to everyone, including your family, your community, your country, and the world. You have become now the light for your world. So keep repeating in your mind, I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. And remember, this light is destroying all the ignorance, all the darkness, all the negativities, and arising complete love, joy, and peace, intelligence and wisdom. So I am the light. I am the light for myself, for my family, for my country, and the world. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. Gently, peacefully, from being light, you bring your awareness to your body. Continue to enjoy the brightness of light in yourself. And gently begin to rub your hands, massage your legs, open your eyes halfway, and take few deep and slow breaths. And when you're ready, you can completely open your eyes and be present. So friends, here is my wish. May all the time auspiciousness of everything come and be with you. May you be happy and well. May you be free from fear and any danger. May you bring happiness to the lives you touch. May you bring unconditional love to others and be loved and cared for. May you learn to live in abundance with joy and peace. Now it's time to sing our happiness song. 3, 2, 1, go. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. And I'm not in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do. But I'm not in a hurry. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me for this evening.
Thank you, sir. Today evening we had a wonderful session, and it's a great experience for us to learn about how to convert our potential on work to effectiveness to greatness. It's really a wonderful experience for us, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I guess today all viewers understood each and everything very clearly, and here there are no queries. So
okay.
Can we wait for 2 minutes, sir, for the queries from the viewers?
All right.
Yes, sir. Here comes the query from Shivan Raj. And he asks that, sir, some people are not capable of controlling their inner emotions, especially when they got stressed and angry, and show it publicly. How to control these emotions?
Especially, can you repeat? Especially? Can you repeat
especially
that?
When they got stressed and angry.
Stressed. Okay, when they get stressed. All right. So I've been repeating this. It is a repetition that we need to continue. When you're stressed, you might react differently. So you know this fact that when you're going to react differently when you're stressed, then you should try to avoid the stress. And if you know you're stressed, you're not able to avoid the stress, you need to remind your mind that I'm in stress. Take a pause, realize that you're in stress. And then you can transfer that energy of stress into positivity. Unless you're able to do that, you will react. So that reaction that if you have made any time, that should be a lesson for you to keep on reminding yourself that in the public space, I'm stressed. I have to be careful. I should never react. And then you need to bring positivity into you, saying that I'm fine, I'm doing well, I'm not stressed at all. I'm calm, I'm composed, I'm solid, holding myself free and solid. You need to rehearse those in your mind. And this is a repetition. When you keep on repeating, every time this arises and you repeat this, it lands in your subconscious. And then it transfers later on that when such a situation comes, you will not react because your subconscious will help you control. So it is a habit we need to develop based on our repetition of the same thing again and again and again and again. This is very important. Okay? So there is no quick fix, but this can all be done through practice. So you need to, first thing is you need to realize that something is happening. The moment you realize, then you pause. Like I told you yesterday or day before, that God has given us 5 endowments, which we can nourish very quickly. That's conscience, that is memories, that is self-will, self-awareness, and imagination. So these are a part of our endowment that universe has granted to us. And we can use all of this to pause, to reflect, to realize, and build a different, nourish ourselves differently. Okay? I hope I have answered your question, Subham.
Yes, sir. Like he accepts it. And here comes the another query, sir, from Sauvik Mandal. Sir, can you please say again the Japanese peaceful technique?
Okay. So, where this side? I'm always on the wrong side. I don't know why. This background is bad. So, thumb is for worry. Okay. You have to hold it. If you're worried, you have to hold this, close your eyes, and just hold this. If you're worried. So this is for worry. This is for fear. Do the same thing, hold it for 2 minutes. This is for anger. When someone is angry, they show this finger. So this is for anger. And this finger is for sadness. When you're sad, then you hold this finger. When you're lonely, then you hold this finger. This is an Oriental Japanese practice, and I believe it works. And if you have multiple emotions, not just one emotion, you feel lonely and sad, then you can't hold 2 fingers because you'll not be able to press the tip points, you know. So what you need to do is push your thumb, the other thumb, on the center part of this finger, because all the nerves from the tip of the fingers go through this into our brain system. I hope this is clear now. Mr. Mandal?
Yes, sir. And yes, sir, he says thank you, sir. And Ajaya and Priyanka tells you thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful session.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. And I forgot, I didn't get the other name. Thank you so much. And all of you who are out there, including Teresa, I hope you are a gift of Mother Teresa. All of you are welcome. When you come to Kharagpur, my doors are open, whether it's in office in Nalanda or my home here in NFA 5. It's not far away. When you drive down from the road, gate 5 down towards after the law college, on the left, you keep seeing new buildings coming up. Then the road goes straight to Nalanda. Just after that road, the few old buildings starts. And at the end of this new buildings are 3 very new buildings. There's a children park. Attached to the park is a building, which is, all this area, new buildings are called NFA. And I live in block 1, NFA block 1, NFA 5, first floor, first door on the right. Okay, anyone, all of you, welcome. All right. If you are one too many, we have a basement where we can sit, chat, we can cook, do anything, eat, feel free. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Is that all?
Yes, sir. I think we are done with the questions for today. We can conclude.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Anubhav. All my love to you. Be well, be happy, be nourished with all the good thoughts every time. Then you're nourishing your subconscious mind, which will give you a new perceptions in life. You'll change your perceptions. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.